Hello.
Hello.
Third time's the charm.
Hey guys, welcome to the first of our CDI Fridays.
Great name.
If you can't tell what that's about, that is about enjoying this piece of shit on a Friday. Friday. Yeah, because we don't go out on Friday.
Who does? You don't.
You don't, especially if you spent your money on this like we did. As you can see, it is massive. It's as big as me. Would you like to feel the weight?
I would like to feel the weight.
Would you like to feel the weight?
It's pretty heavy. You can feel within it that this side clearly is where all the components are.
That's where the CD drawer is.
Exactly, and this side is probably just like spit and dreams.
Yeah, that's where the pissy smell comes out of when it gets hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy we bought it off, lovely chap.
Diamond
but
Keys.
he had that look about him, you know, like semi-professional village nonce. He was a man that had a bit of a whiff about him.
bit like Hulk Hogan.
Bit like Hulk Hogan. Definitely a man that does stink of piss.
You can ride with us anytime.
You can tell. So when the heat of the moment, when this thing heats up, it does actually give off a bit of a waft. How do you like to play bad games and smell piss?
And smell piss. So you walk in here after one of our sessions.
The ultimate 4D experience.
And it feels like we've been maybe stewing a bit. But due to the fantastic nature of this device, we can't really play it for more than say an hour or a minute.
When we got it home, my girlfriend said, you know, does it work? And I said, yeah, it works as well as it did when it first came out.
Now get into CDI, starting at $2.99.
It works 100% of the time, 50% of the time. You know what I mean? So the construction is that early 90s kind of pioneer JVC look, where this will outlast the human race. Like, I've got another unit on my desk over there, which is JVC. That's a CD player.
What, that big wood bastard?
No, the wood bastard is... that's 40 years old, still works. That's a tape deck. That does nothing but play audio CDs. I've seen smaller bungalows.
I mean, to give the CDI its due, the one thing it does do without fail every time is play audio CDs with its fantastic graphic.
With its fantastic graphics, there's pictures of dragons, stars,
An eye,
the
world, all of these things.
So aesthetic.
Stock images that your nan would be proud to have on her fridge.
And of course it plays video CDs as well.
Betamax's ugly younger brother, the video CD.
Ironically, if you go on eBay now, there's still films being released, new films being released in China on video CD. What?
Do they play them on CDIs?
It will play on CDIs. It's weird because the Sega Saturn had an expansion pack that you could plug in, and that would play video CDs as well.
Yeah.
So for some reason they thought that, yeah, video CDs, yeah, it sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the 360 had an expansion so you could play HD DVDs. And we all know how that went, don't we, Microsoft? Speaking of companies getting fucked over, how did the CDI come to be, David?
The CDI came to be in a botched deal between Nintendo and Sony. And Sony
now, neither of those companies involved in the making of the CDI, as it happens.
Yeah. Nintendo came to Sony and said, okay, we want a CD-based add-on for the Super Nintendo, the SNES. Because, you know, Sega was making one, so we got ultimate knee-jerk Dick Ray Jackson. Gonna make one. And the initial deal was that, yeah, you can make games, but you can't have any revenue from them. And on the day when they were supposed to unveil this new tech, without telling Sony, said, unveiling our new agreement with Philips. Yeah, we made a deal with Philips. And Sony's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you actually doing?
Who are you?
And then, of course, the Sega CD didn't do very well.
No.
At which point Nintendo's like, well, should we just not? Should we just sack it off? We pissed everyone off.
Sack it off, and then they held off on CDs for like another 2 or 3 generations.
Yeah.
They're only really just coming around to the idea now, I think.
taller than HD yet?
No.
480,
still
480,
not quite
480.
there.
Yeah, 480 looks better.
Still not quite there.
The deal with Philips never went through, but Philips had already developed the CD. Son of a bitch. So Nintendo, as way of an apology that Sony didn't get, they said, oh, you can use 5 of our characters.
Sony didn't need it.
Sony didn't need it, no. We all know what happened there. PlayStation.
They did get Snake though.
Huh?
They did get Solid Snake.
And they got
Alright.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So basically, Nintendo for like the 90s, the late 90s, just was taking it in the ass.
I think Sony just hung around outside of Nintendo's headquarters waiting for people who had also been pissed off by Nintendo.
Hey, are you Hideo Kojima? Yeah? Come here, mate. What?
over here.
Get in the car.
Come over
Get in the fucking car. Get in the fucking car. I'm trying to think if there's anything comparable, and there's not. There's Bible games.
Mm-hmm.
There's photo slideshows. There's colouring games. There's click on the jar and it pops up games.
Animated pornography interactive.
Animated pornography. There's probably a lot of porn on there because there's no piracy control. There's no kind of region encoding. There's no lockout on this thing. It is a format rather than an actual brand. You know, it's not a PlayStation. It's a VCR. So Gold Star, I think, were making them at one point, or it might have been
The
Yeah, it was.
Amstrad Philips CDI.
Amstrad Philips CDI. Here's the basic bullshit control pad. There's also one that looks like a spoon that came with it, and there's also one that looks...
It was like a wee nunchuck, wasn't it?
Basically, there's 2 functions for 4 buttons. There's also a button that controls the scroll speed for the D-pad for no reason.
It comes with a 3-inch joystick as well, just in case you want to control it from the other side of the room.
Oh, you want repetitive strain injury? Either way, CDI's got what you need.
They've got you covered.
Tonight I
unravel it?
said, Michael, do you want to come round and play some CDI? In fact, no, do you just want to play some CDI? And I could have just given this end to like, it doesn't matter, it's already broken. Given this end to like a postman and just said, hey, take that to Michael. And you could have just played it. Look at that shit, look at that shit. Right, that's the normal ass controller. But then look at the fucking gun that came with it. Bright blue bell end gun, look at that, right? I'm just gonna go and plug this into the CDI. It was just so long, it's not actually funny. I can actually play that outside.
I've left the gun there on the floor, out of the room, up some stairs. There's that receiver right there, and we'll just keep going. That's where we came from. Just in that, keep going. Keep going. Oh, there he is! You having fun with the CDI?
Yeah, so much fun. It's cold though, isn't it? Like, what? Why? What's the matter with you?
But,
What?
to play CDI's advocate, my favourite thing to do, we will be playing this for generations to come. Because this doesn't require you to have a tube TV, which is great news.
It's got a sensor on it that kind of works like the Power Glove. And like the Power Glove, it's not very good.
Not very good at all. Not good at all. The calibration, which if you do it properly, we found out doesn't work. And if you try and cheat it and not do it properly, also for some strange reason, doesn't really work.
Yeah. It's fast over here. I'm not saying fast. And it just like.
Oh no! It kind of just trails off.
You need to be at a perfect right angle, like doing it like this.
Yeah, this is great. So
It's just not fucking on, is it?
no,
No.
but it's a good job that they've got such franchises as Thunder in Paradise and Alien Gate.
Alien Gate, yeah, we'll be playing those 2. We'll also be getting probably a guest in to play the 7th guest with us.
The 7th one.
Yeah, because he remembers that from his PC gaming days, and he's about to get massively disappointed. Because it's shocking. It's shit. And the CD readers on these are so bad. Oh, your CD's dirty, clean it. Tell you what, how about you just make a good console?
Or what would be even better is maybe if I eject the game to clean the disc as you'd like, just remember where I was.
Yeah. But to its credit, it does have an internal battery and a small hard drive space, which means, you know, it might not have been turned on in like 10, 20 years. It remembered what day it was.
Yeah, it did,
was
didn't
like-
it?
Is this 2015?
I'm walking up in the future.
holy shit.
My iPhone doesn't even do that.
There we go. This is a class 1 laser product. What's a class 2? Like, there's the class 2, like I put a CD in it, and then it just like 2 arms come out, and it just like cuts my hamstrings, leaves me bleeding on the floor, wipes fucking feces all over the kitchen counters, and then leaves. Is that a class 2? Is that what it does?
Maybe a class 2 laser product was the inspiration for the protagonist of Alien Gate. you know, just some weird anatomical thing, but with arms for no real reason that just flaps about and fires lasers.
So yeah, join us next week and we'll be playing Sundurin Parody.
Sundurin Parodies.
Starring Hulk Hogan and yeah.
And what's his name? Chris Lemon.
Chris Lemon.
It's worth it for Chris Lemon if nothing else.
And there's a Terminator in it as well. What the fuck is an AV Euro connector?
CDI Fridays, right here on, what are we calling this?
Downgrade Arcade.
Downgrade Arcade. We've already taken a downgrade, I think. I feel like a CDI is a downgrade.
It's a downgrade from anything.
From
What are you breathing right now? Oxygen. Would you like to downgrade to a CDI? Yes, please.
Breathe in the CDI. Get the tasty ammonia.
Just off in the CDI.